'Tis the season for fruits and veggies. A lot of you probably buying them up either from the farmer's market, or maybe you have some good friends who actually have gardens and they're supplying
That's always nice
yes,
when they give them to you. We've got Heather Kyle-Harmon with UT Extension Office to teach us some canning know-how so that you can enjoy those veggies for a little bit even longer.
Yes, absolutely. So we get a lot of calls this time of year about canning. So I kind of wanted to go over the biggest things that people call and ask. So the first thing is about just where do I get my produce? So you mentioned the farmer's market, which is great. So the recommendation is that you can 6 to 12 hours from harvest. So if you grow it in your backyard, you know exactly when it was harvested. The farmer's market is great because you can talk to the farmers right there. Hey, when was this? Yeah, you need to ask. So that's ideal. I mean, things will last a little bit longer, but if you're going to take the time, expense, all that goes into canning, then it needs to be the highest quality produce that you can get.
So, very best.
Yeah, so farmer's market's always a great option. The next is to use up-to-date tested recipes. So when we cook, we can add a little bit of this and add a little bit of that, and we can experiment, but when you're canning, you really need to follow a tested recipe. So you can download, this is the UT canning book, you can download it off of our website, which is knox.tennessee.edu. We have canning and freezing. The Ball Blue Book, which people have been using for years, is great. USDA, the National Center for Home Food Preservation is a great site, but you just need to make sure you use a tested recipe. And you can find one out there for everything.
Now, do you have to have a fancy
well, that's the next thing. So you got to know that
for canning, or I don't know what you call it.
So this is a pressure canner and this is a water bath canner. So the pressure canner is used for our low acid foods, which would be our vegetables, carrots, potatoes, corn, things like that. All green beans is the big one. They all have to be done in the pressure canner. So our high acid foods, which are jams and jellies, pickled products, salsas, can all be done in the water bath canner. And it's super easy. It can be done in any large stock pot. So it's a great place to start for people who are not as familiar with canning. It's super easy. You can kind of experiment. There's really neat salsas out there, mango salsa, mango chutney, all kinds of different things that can be done in the water bath canner. It's a great, easy way to start. And then also storing foods properly. So a lot of people keep their canned goods once they are canned in the garage, but they need to be stored at room temperature, which is 50 to 70 degrees. So make sure you store your finished canned goods inside and not garage, attic, or anywhere like that.
I have kind of a curveball question here. So we talk about the pressure canner. You know, pressure cookers have become really popular. Are there settings on any of those to allow you to can that you know of?
You really have to follow the manufacturer's instructions. So a pressure cooker can always, it's a pressure cooker, but it can't always be a pressure canner.
Good information.
Yes, so always make sure you follow what it says in the book. They're coming really popular, but make sure you always follow the manufacturer's instructions.
All right, great information, especially if you're interested in canning. Maybe want to try it at home. Website if people want to learn more?
Yes, knox.tennessee.edu.
Okay, that recipe guide there.
Good summer hobby.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
All right.